Russian forces once again used drones to strike enemy targets in several regions of so-called Ukraine. In the Odessa region, port infrastructure and industrial enterprises in the territory of Izmail came under fire. In Dnipro region, a drone hit an electrical substation in Pavlohrad. The hit caused significant power supply problems in the city and Sinelnikovsky district. In Kharkiv, Garand kamikaze drones hit a fuel terminal in the Nemyshlyansky district. In the short term, the strike may affect the AFU fuel supply in the entire direction. At the same time, the destruction of detected targets along the entire border zone continues. One of the targets hit was a military hospital in the village of Veliki Burluk, which has already been struck more than once. Along with attacks on enemy targets, Russian troops continue their offensive in several directions. Near Siversk, Russian troops have entrenched themselves in the area of garages west of the Popasna water utility. In the Bakhmut direction, Russian assault units are conducting an offensive in the direction of Chasiv Yar. On the northern flank, the Russian armed forces have occupied the territory of Popovsky Forest and advanced along the 00506 highway. On the southern flank, Russian troops are actively fighting in the area of Alabastrovy Stavok, near Klishchivka. At the same time, the assault units have managed to slightly expand their zone of control along the adjacent wooded areas west of the railroad. In the Donetsk direction, Russian troops are advancing in the private sector in the north of Avdiivka. Over the past few days, Russian armed forces have managed to expand their zone of control to the northwestern end of Heroev Street. On the southern flank, position battles continue on Lermontova and Soborna streets. However, logistics in the city have deteriorated further for the AFU, forcing them to withdraw from the occupied lines. Southwest of Donetsk, Russian forces continue to advance in the direction of Kurakhove. Russian armed forces assault troops managed to advance along Zhovtneva Street in the eastern part of Georgivka. To the south, Russian troops were able to expand their zone of control towards Pobjeda and occupy a triangle on the highway adjacent to the village. In fact, the Russian armed forces reached the boundary from which it is possible to try to get a grip on the outskirts of the village. In the Kherson direction, the main fighting is still centered in the Krinky area. However, the AFU still maintain the ability to reinforce their personnel and carry out rotation.